Bitcoin Unlimited reveals Gigablock Testnet performance. Last October, Bitcoin Unlimited (BU) chief scientist Peter Rizun announced the first ever 1 GB block was mined on the team's Gigablock Testnet. After processing the very large block, Rizun detailed the team would reveal the results of the testing at the Scaling Bitcoin event at Stanford University. This past weekend, Rizun and BU developer Andrew Stone gave the public some insight into their sustained transaction throughput trials. Scaling technology is already available to the world in number 8217. Human InhabitantsJust recently, at the Scaling Bitcoin 2017 event in California. BUS chief scientist Peter Rizun revealed the results of the Gigablock Testnet. Rizun explains the motivation for the project is clear, and BU believes transaction volume on the Bitcoin network could be growing exponentially. However, due to the limit on the number of transactions per block and network fees on the rise, Rizun says the technological solutions to overcome these issues are already here. All of this technology is already available to the world in number 8217. Human inhabitants. We wanted to measure the maximum sustained throughput on standard, off-the-shelf client software already out there and see how close we would be to achieving that number, explains the BU developer. Gigablock Testnet. 2000 transactions per second SustainedBU chief scientist Peter Rizun. Following these statements, Rizun reveals the team's Gigablock Testnet has been performing well with 18 nodes and number 8220. As of October 2017, the testnet has 18 nodes. Our standard hardware spec is 4 core machines with 30 megabit per second internet, 16 gigabytes RAM and a solid-state hard drive. Stone tells the audience, typically we are only mining with 4 to 6 of those nodes. The rest are hosting Python scripts which are generating a bunch of 2-input to output transactions and outcasting them to the local Bitcoin instance. The generators can generate about 2,000 transactions per second sustained. So for the past 2 months, we were doing some ramp tests. We plot time on the horizontal axis and transactions per second on the vertical axis. This makes a ramp. We ran this profile on October 25th. We ran the generators until we got to 500 TX/sec a few hours later. With a ramp, a relatively inexpensive computer can run Gigablock scaling today. Rizun also details an interesting side note during the testing. Rizun explains the propagation time did not depend on the network bandwidth for the given nodes. Moreover, the BU chief scientist says if the bits are calculated per second, they are propagated when the next block is sent at 500 kbits per second. It and number 8217 vastly smaller than the pipes connecting the nodes we and number 8217 limited by the software, not by the size of the pipes connecting to them. Rizun emphasizes. Following the presentation, the Bitcoin blogger and podcast host Tone Vase asked how he could validate transactions running a full node with gigabyte-sized blocks using a 5-year-old computer. We and number 8217. Looking forward, says Andrew Stone responding to Vase's question. We don and number 8217. To assume you are going to run a 5-year-old computer we and number 8217. Not going to use 1 gigabyte blocks tomorrow. The fact is that a relatively inexpensive computer can do it today. And number 8221. What do you think about the results of the Gigablock testnet? Let us know in the comments below.